Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. This week sponsored by I got nothing.
Extreme couponing.
Extreme couponing.
Is that show still around?
Yes.
Always.
You
I don't
better
think
believe
TLC ever cancels anything.
The world's
so long as there is
cheapest
human
cheapskates.
misery, TLC will continue to exist.
This week brought to you by Human Misery.
That sums up what I just had to go through with you guys in that fucking sky castle. Anyhow,
Hey, that's not a human misery, that's a human success.
not
now
when
have
you
flying
haggle
sky.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah, haggle.
This is what you missed off camera. I don't want to pay anything because Algernon is rich. I don't want to let Algernon pay for this because then he'll control this. I will totally pay for this, y'all. And two people smartly staying out of it.
Until the end when they wanted to have their stake in it anyway.
That's
Speaking
what
of what we're
took
serving
20
tonight
minutes.
for dinner on the Sky Castle is steak.
If I dominate Algernon, can I make him give me some of his money?
I mean, technically, you can do that, yes.
I don't think I'd like that, though.
I think if anyone figured out you were doing that, you would have a
He
mutiny.
has an unjust amount of money, though.
What is your deal?
Listen, you can set up some investments. Set up a healing potion store, like
Do
the
I
one that
look
got
like-
burned to the ground.
Do I look like someone who has any business sense whatsoever? I'm wearing, like, the carcass of a dead-like mythical beast on my head.
You could always make a deal with the tailor. Go into business as some kind of avant-garde fashion designer.
I am not what?
You weren't very avant-garde.
Shut up.
I am
set
neither
up, set up a fashion
avant-garde.
shop in a.
I haven't done
like,
it ever.
hey, what you do is you set up shop in a really like artsy fartsy like wizard town because those people will buy whatever ridiculous shit that you sell.
That's also true.
Ugh.
Wizards will pay anything for what you call fashion. They don't
I
know
have a-
better.
I have, like, a gate of ritual to open, like, planar portals now, so I suppose I could just make one and, like, charge people to go through it. Like, make, like, a sigil toll booth in Bonerton. There'd be a demand for that. Right?
Yeah. Yeah,
You'd,
sure.
you'd get a little up until people started coming through from Sigil.
Oh.
Then
Would no
you'd
one
be-
like
One way
that?
only.
Well, just, like, imagine the things that run loose in Sigil, then imagine them in Bonerton.
We don't need to burn Bonerton
We don't really
down.
need to imagine that. It's pretty
We
much
don't.
already
We
happened.
don't need to burn Bonerton down for the 5th time this week, sir. How much am I allowed to sell things for?
I
Sure.
usually go with 75. Why?
The builder doesn't let you do 75.
Okay. What does the
You
builder
can
do?
just-
50?
You can do
math
20,
at it.
50, or 100.
Fuck it, do 100.
Oh man!
Same goes for all of you.
I have more than 1 million now. I have literally more than I need to spend on anything in this game.
Well, high-level items are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It's true, but you guys aren't even epic tier yet.
No, we're still in Paragon.
Yeah, and level 20 items cost over
very
100
close,
grand each. I just bought a pair of armor that cost 300,000 gold.
I'm just
The
saying.
economy in this world is way out of whack.
I'm just saying, if you guys ever want to find new gear and we're not near shopping, just mention it before I have the session planned.
Give us some gear.
Okay. That might have helped if you mentioned it during the week.
Anyway, we have a sky castle now. Let's put it down.
You have a sky castle that will be appearing in a day or two's time when he creates it.
What? This is a ripoff. We
I
already
told you
paid.
it was going to take a day or so
Fly
of delay.
our sky castle into the world.
Well, we can
of
just
tomorrow.
wait, you know. We're not going to lose Bonerton over the course of 2 days. And,
Well,
if, and you know,
I don't
even
know,
if
it
it
kinda
was,
has
then maybe that would be for the best.
Maybe we should spend those 2 days doing recon, at least.
On what? Oh.
On the
In
cult!
Bonerton, you don't know what's there.
Yeah. Kind of
Yeah, but
haven't
what's
been
the point
keeping
of
tabs
what's the
on it.
point of? How are we gonna do recon if we're not?
We talked to the townsfolk about the cult, and then we
So we're just gonna
infiltrate
go
the
there?
cult.
So we're just gonna go there.
portal there last week.
What's the point of having the castle if we're just gonna teleport there?
See, this is why I didn't want to give Algernon full control of the
I'm
castle.
backing out of this investment.
Jesus.
I am telling you,
Oh, no,
I can
I'm
just
joking.
make our own castle for only 600,000
Okay,
people.
guys, we're done. The castle is owned.
No, yeah.
The
I'm
castle will
joking.
show up when it is a wonderful plot convenient time in Bonerton.
I
Ta-da!
thought we were going
Everybody
to use
put on
castles.
disguises. We're going to go streetwise check around
I
Boneston.
could create us a 10-mile wide island. Just
Why?
repeatedly.
This castle is tearing us apart.
A portal appears next to Minerel and Miriam.
I
You know
could
what
turn
they
the
s-
entire world into nothing but 10-mile wide islands.
No,
Kind
you would
of,
be
isn't it-
stopped.
Isn't that already what it
Well,
is?
yes, yeah, presumably people would eventually come and,
Kill you.
Could you stop? Can you not do this?
Okay, so what is everybody else's plan then, if you don't like mine?
Well, I mean, I thought your whole plan hinged on us having the castle so we could literally rain from the sky.
No, that was going
It's-
to be the distraction for you guys to sneak in and infiltrate the cult. It doesn't mean we can't go collect recon on the cult without infiltrating it. before-
I thought the whole point was just we would get into the city that way, not
No,
No,
no.
we're just
that's
gonna
why
go
you asked
there
him
and
to
then
make a
leave
portal.
and sneak back
We have
in.
we have a portal into the city. Listen, don't question my castle.
Recall,
Your
this
strategy.
is where the last session ended. None of you wanted to buy the castle at the time. You just wanted a portal to Bonerton.
Mhm.
He was going to make you one, and in 7 days he would like the head of a bureaucrat, please, as payment.
Well, let's go to Bonerton and see what's up. In disguise.
Okay, what are our disguises?
What are your disguises? I'd love to hear this.
Should we be a bunch? Should we be a bunch
Benny.
of tourists?
Of course you're Ben.
Ben is too well known. You need a disguise for your disguise at this
I'm Jenny.
Whoa!
What about a bunch of tourists?
You know,
Who
you
would-
guys could just put on a bunch of weird Hawaiian shirts, other than the guy with the bug arm and the fairy wings who was the captain of the guard.
I could just make myself. I could just make myself a little different, look like a different person.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, Monroe has no problem.
Joey,
What
you
if
should
Joey-
probably lay low for this one.
What
Maybe
if
I'll
we have
lay low
Joey,
for this
No,
one.
what if we have Joey like put on some like really thick robes and he's like a traveling monk?
Why don't you just spray some of that magic on this ways?
Alternative. Hey, you need a disguise? You need
No.
a disguise?
Not from you.
Oh.
I'm already dealing with one
Just-
psychopath.
I just like the idea of Joey saying spray some magic this way. Hit me with
Mineral, you've got illusions and stuff. Make me look like somebody less handsome.
I flipped through my rituals. History
God, a
revealed, trailblaze, magic map.
What if we?
Ah,
what
here we
if-
go. Beast growth.
There we go. They won't expect. Everyone remembers Joey.
Chameleon's cloak. You conceal yourself and up to 8 allies within 5 squares if you're using a combination of camouflage and distraction to ensure that no one notices you. The perception DC to notice a creature concealed by the ritual is not is equal to the Arcana or Nature check result of a +5 bonus.
Hmm.
Will
Sounds
that
good.
do?
Yeah,
That would
that
hide
sounds
you all to get
awesome.
in. Here's a thought. Why don't you just get there, cast that to hide Joey, and let him walk through the gates?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
It solves
Alright,
a lot
let's
of
do it.
things.
They might have like a detector though, or a tripwire.
I still like the disguise.
They're like a post-apocalyptic war zone.
No, they're actually in pretty good shape.
Oh.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Look how these people are basically savages at this point.
Jesus.
I don't like any of this at all, except for the parts that I'm sort of okay with.
Listen, they're not gonna have magical
These
radars in their
godless-
podunk mud huts, okay?
Wow.
Every time Joey talks about Bonerton at this point, he's picturing Elbonia from Dilbert. It's like people in fur hats standing in knee-deep mud for far as the eye could see.
I don't know
Listen-
what's worse, that you made Elbonia and Dilbert reference, or is it I instantly remember the strips that came up in?
I remember it more from the cartoon.
Listen, is it really gonna be that hard to fool these unwashed bumpkins?
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Hey, don't y'all be talking about unwashed bumpkins now.
We're
you.
kind of experts in illusion.
His voice was more like hickish last time, sir.
I don't want to hear you
My
impugning
bad.
the
This
name of
better?
unwashed bumpkins.
This better?
Gibnaf has a point, Joey.
No, a little more guttural, a little bit harsher. Like,
Oh, something like this.
there you go. You hit the mark.
Gotcha. That's right, I remember the laugh now.
Why'd you make him do this?
I had to.
It's for continuity's sake.
I remember last session, like, this guy made me go silent for a good 15 minutes.
Guys.
We
Joey,
could use a little more of that.
Joey, let's get back to
Ouch!
Hey, Minotaur, I got you a disguise ring. Well, more of a bracelet for you, but you want to wear it?
What does
No.
it disguise him into?
Yeah. You put
just-
it on. Let me see you wearing it.
The mage clips it on his wrist, and he just looks like this dude in gray robes.
Oh, okay.
Straight
Well,
up
yeah,
human.
sure. How much is it?
For you, free. Because I
Nice.
like you.
That sounds...
I see your arm, and it reminds me of my brother.
Your brother had a bug arm?
He had a
No.
bug at everything. His brother was a bug.
Oh,
You
okay.
you don't want to know about my brother. Let's just say I got the good end of the looks without the eyeballs.
Well, my condolences. I'll take the thing.
What's a condolences?
Joey now has a disguise. If he wears this bracelet, he will be a generic-looking pilgrim in a gray robe.
How insulting. But yeah, I'll wear it.
Okay. Ta-da. Problem solved by magic.
I hate magic.
So, before we go and do any reconnaissance, we should probably figure out what sort of information we're attempting to reconnoiter regarding.
I would really like to find any people who are already struggling against the cult because they likely have a good amount of information we're looking for.
Good idea. I
Okay.
would also like to find out how much of the city has been taken over by the cult.
You will get a decent amount of information on that in the Merchants District alone. However, I have like 1 or 2 side quests set up in each district depending on what you do. And
Alright,
I will
well, I
guide
guess-
you to them.
Step 1 is to go to Bonerton.
Yes.
Yes.
Once again, the portal leads over here.
We all jump in it already. Jesus.
Alright,
yeah.
let's go.
Well, okay, I didn't want to move
Okay.
you.
We're never
Thank
getting
you.
that flying castle. He's taken our money and we're never going to see it again.
I'm coming to you in 7 days looking for a head. Why would I do that?
Let's
He's
go.
got us there, which is creepy and weird and unfortunate, but okay.
He's not
Well,
the
if
only
worst comes
guy
to worst,
going to
I can spend-
Bonerton or Red Light
I
District
can
to
spend
find
all
some
of my money to make a flying island, and I'm still saying, you know, we should just go to Bonerton, I'll turn it into a floating continent, and then we can just, you know, rule it from the sky.
That would be kind of amazing.
Just that you gotta make bold moves, make these sort of people respect you. You know?
Well, listen, it being a flying continent isn't going to help anybody if there's still a cult floating on it, too.
We'll just tip it over.
From
Hey,
upstairs, you hear stomping.
Oh, it's too late to ritual now.
What were you going
Mine-
to
Let's
Shadow.
go!
There are stairs that lead upstairs, but at the moment you hear noise.
Is there a window
What's
to the...
in this basement?
There is the portal you came through, which is an actual runed portal that can obviously be used to take you to a few places. This is clearly not just something he cobbled together. A couple of beds and cots, and some preserves.
Like, Smuckers?
Like someone makes their own jam, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Everybody needs a hobby. Let's just go through the portal.
You did.
Okay.
No, this is it. This is where we ended up.
Okay.
I think that put everything up on the map.
Because I'm just looking at the pogs, and they haven't moved.
Are you sure? What? You should all be in here. Are you seeing this?
I am in a server with the Fun Tyrant, Miriam, and Joey.
Okay.
You might need to
You should
disconnect and
reconnect.
I'm gonna log out and reconnect.
Yes. That would help. Joe generic.
Our human man.
Oh, there
Let's-
we go. Hey,
Let's
hey!
go do our taxes.
Alright.
There you go. Are you gonna head
I still
upstairs?
think my plan was better.
What, are we all disguised?
I don't need a disguise.
Yeah,
I
Miriam has
Jenny.
never been here before.
Joey, are you Yeah, she has.
I'm wearing it.
With
Okay.
I'll just
us?
switch my illusion to having like blonde hair instead of like red hair. So-
Joey, are you leaving through the stairs? I said.
Oh.
What about
I'm
me
gonna
and-
go up to the stairs and see what
Also,
I
I guess I'll take.
You peer out and you see familiar zebra legs.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we can just leave.
He
Oh,
did
God.
say they were on speaking terms. He seemed
Yeah.
fond of this woman.
All right, we can just leave. I just go
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Gibnif and Algernon, your disguises are Jenny and what?
Let me roll a bluff check
Okay.
for Lady Benny. 43. Yeah, I kind of blend in.
That's actually pretty solid.
Well, should I go with a tourist or something different?
Up to you.
I think I already did tourist last time.
Yeah, you were
Miss
leading
Benny.
Benny around town. And keep in mind, a couple people did pick you out.
You're an independently wealthy contractor looking to stake a claim in this new town.
You hear
I'm
a
just-
conversation between the tailor and someone else, and she kicks Joey downstairs a
There's
little.
a
just
tinker and
Ow.
a soldier and
Spy.
you don't need to do that.
quietly.
I think Algernon would probably be most comfortable going disguised as a soldier.
Eventually, the other person leaves, and you are allowed to leave the basement if you like.
I'm just
Hello,
going to
fellow.
I'm just going to be dressed in heavy robes like a monk for now.
Okay. It's not a bad plan.
Think like your brother.
He's not that kind of monk.
She moves out of the way.
Hello, fellow human. Did you catch the latest sporting events?
I'd recognize your smell anywhere, Mr.
Have you
Hooves.
seen the stocks today? Whoosh.
How about that weather, eh? Sure is tough
How about-
on our unprotected skin.
You
How
came in
about-
here to extort me multiple times. I definitely know you.
I didn't extort you.
I sure would hate it if I had horns and
That was
also
just protection
hooves
money. I was captain of the guard after all.
and fur.
I'm just saying. Are you here to head through the railroad, or am I actually going to be putting you up for a day or so?
We're just here to look around.
Wonderful. Well, if you need somewhere to escape to quickly, go bother the seer instead of me.
Jeez! What did I do to make you so upset, other than take your money?
Pretty much just
Other
that.
than rob you blind.
How much did I end up taking from you? I can't really keep it all in check.
Go ask your filthy accountant.
Wait, I had an accountant?
I hope to God you did.
Here, what did I take from you? Like 10 grand?
Yes, that would be a minimum.
Alright, well here's 12 grand. Enjoy.
Oh, well in that case, feel free to stay a couple days if you like.
Yeah, well,
You cannot be any worse than some of the other people who come through here.
yeah, I'm pretty great.
Yeah, your contact on the other end is a little undiscerning.
Is that voice who I think it is?
Jenny, nice to meet you.
That's my friend Jenny. Oops.
Don't
I didn't
move the
realize that was a-
staircase.
I didn't realize it was an object. I thought it was drawn.
No!
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how you doing? My name's Jenny.
It wasn't. It was. I thought it was a lightly colored tile, not part of the background.
That's fine. If that's who I think that is, you might want to take a look at this, she says, and pulls a poster out from under the desk.
Pulls out a gun.
On top of it is open invitation for Gibnef Boneson, the Boner Baron, to meet with all inquiring parties at the ruins of Bonerton Manor.
So it's just a paper that says, "Everybody, here's a trap. Welcome
Pretty much,
to the
yes.
trap. Come, everybody, see our cool trap."
Please
Yeah.
enjoy this trap.
Trap party.
That is basically it, yes.
I should
Well-
probably come upstairs.
Hello.
I love
Come
current
on.
events.
Come and enjoy our night trap party.
That'd be the only time anyone enjoyed Night Trap.
I enjoyed Night Trap.
Oh no, and then suddenly Gibna falls into a pit of smoke with lights in it.
There was a Night Trap sequel, even.
Did it have Dan and Plato?
No, it did not.
Then fuck it.
Oh.
So forceful.
Well, I know whose love isn't like a Night Trap. Jesus.
Damn. Alright, so ending this line of
Everything.
references.
So I should probably go to that.
It's
As-
up to
In a
you.
much better disguise.
Again, your voices are all a bit
Lenny.
easy to pick out.
I have ghost sound. I'll be okay.
That's a good plan.
I can
Mr.
ghost sound
Hooves
my
should
own
definitely
throat.
bathe before he goes to any merchants he extorted prior.
Ghost ride.
I
the
have bathed. I bathed like...
Like twice ever.
Yeah, bathed.
I was
How
wet
often do you
once.
guys have to do it?
Usually once a day.
What,
Once
isn't
a
that...
day. At least
Isn't
once
that bad? That must be bad for you. That sounds like it should be bad for you.
You can drown in water, you know.
Can I just roll around in dust?
It cannot make you smell any worse.
Well, if you guys are gonna always complain about it, I guess as a fellow human I should probably go shower. Where's the nearest water?
At a vendor's booth nearby.
Oh, okay. Give me your finest bath, please.
The merchant just looks at you befuddled and hands you a small pail of water.
What is this?
Enchantment. Enchanted water. Makes you feel clean.
That
What
doesn't
kind
sound
of
very
monk are you?
enchanted. It sounds like normal water.
It sounds like what normal water does.
I'm just saying, pour it on yourself. Try it out.
Oh, is this a free sample?
Sure, he
All right.
says, covering his nose.
Okay, I'm gonna take it and pour it all over myself.
He is going to...
You take 20d20 damage and die.
not figure out that you are pouring it way above your head and it's coasting down a different shape.
Oh. What?
Because it's going over your invisible horns and such.
Your
Oh.
human disguise is shorter than you actually are.
Hmm.
This is my nice way of telling you that early in case this comes up.
Whoops. I mean, I guess it was enchanted water. Goodbye. And I go inside.
Well, at least you smell better. She tosses some spare fabric at you to towel off with.
Yeah, see? Bathed.
That's a good start.
Now, what exactly are you all doing here, and how did you get involved with Rand?
I know.
I'm asking.
I don't know. I'm Jenny. I'm just a plucky girl in high school.
Honestly, they haven't really explained the whole situation to me.
Oh, yes, we did. Off camera.
Okay, there's a dragon lich, and he said that we had to work for him in exchange for killing another lich. So we got all geesed up, and we did some jobs for him, but then
All
these guys said they
geesed
didn't
up.
want to keep doing
Not
jobs
you
for him. So one of the things I said to do was to get a book from Ion, but then that turned out to be bad. So we went
were
back
there
in
for
time
Understatement.
and went to a tomb of horrors, and then we came back out, and then we farted around for a little while, and then we discovered that Bonerton was being taken over by a dream cult led by the witch, and
I
now
think
we
they
have to destroy
describe
the
it-
dream cult to destroy the witch.
I'd have described it
lich.
more as like a cave of nightmares.
Got it?
Cave of not good
She just
things.
sort of slumps against her counter and looks at you in awe. What?
You want me to say it again?
No.
That's the life of a hero for you.
So let me get this straight. The cultists in town
Yeah.
are related to a lich
Yes.
Dracolich.
that
A
you
dragon.
a Dracolich
A dragon lich, yes.
That
Actually, it's
you-
a dream dragon lich.
that you bargained with
Yeah.
to kill the old baron,
Yes.
I assume,
Yeah.
which
He was a
sent
lich.
you back in
One
time
might make that
after
assumption.
you stole from a god,
Yeah.
which I was here for.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
still
it's a
remember.
big thing.
Everybody heard about that.
What? Why would you come back here?
To set things right?
To liberate the city from his dream cult?
To make up for their
Well-
incredibly stupid actions, I say, looking at Gibneth and Joey and Minerel, just for kicks.